dropped, and this might be the most detailed one yet. Dawn Richard of Diddy Kane leaves no stone unturned in this. She discusses physical, mental, and financial abuse in this lawsuit of her, Cassie, Kim Porter, his assistants, and other artists that he's worked with. Trafficking, drugs, death threats, false imprisonment. How other people in the industry saw this happening and did nothing. He hired police officers to oversee his freak-off parties, showing he had police in his back pocket. I went through this whole document so that you don't have to. I'm not going to talk about the financial abuse part because I'll be here all day, but I am going to talk about the physical and emotional abuse that he put these people through. If you want the full set of court documents, it's actually linked in my bio, but let's go through it. In number 4 here, it's highlighted how he regularly hurled objects in a fit of rage, often throwing items such as mobile phones, laptops, food, and studio equipment across the room or at people. It talks about how she saw him brutally beat Cassie.
All right, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. We're going to talk about P. Diddy. And this particular lawsuit, it actually implicates everybody. And this is something that nobody else really talked about. All of the other artists that were around Diddy that are still alive, because a lot of people passed away because of Diddy, allegedly. But the artists that are still alive that were around Diddy allegedly watched all of this stuff that he did to Cassie and didn't say anything. But we're going to talk about this. Should they have said something? After seeing what happened to Biggie, after seeing what happened to Tupac, after seeing what happened to all these other people, we're not going to talk about that right now. But what if Usher, Neyo, and these other people that witnessed Diddy do all these heinous things to not only Cassie, but other women, do you think they should have said something? According to everything that we've seen pertaining to Diddy, would they end up getting deleted if they did say something? Would you have said something if you worked for Diddy or was around Diddy for a long period of time, knowing that it's a possibility that he deleted Biggie, he deleted the mother of his kids, Kim Porter, he deleted Tupac? It may be a fear like, I don't want to lose my life. So that's what we're going to talk about, y'all. So y'all already know what it is. Y'all already doing it right now in the chat. I love y'all. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. And then hit a like button. But third, let me know, would you have said something knowing that according to what this woman just said, he had the police on payroll also? So if you go to the police going to call up Diddy and say, yo, so-and-so just snitched on you. I'm just saying, but this is what we're going to talk about. Diddy has to be the most disgusting human on the planet Earth. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you're at. Hit the like button and let me know if you would have snitched on Diddy after being around here for a long period of time, knowing that Diddy would know if or who told on him. Facebook, come on, y'all. Facebook, hit the like button.
A new Diddy lawsuit just dropped, and this might be the most detailed one yet.
What's up, Valerie? And is my mic working good? I know my last stream, I could not get my mic to work. So is my mic good? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me well and my mic is good. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me well and my mic is good. I just want to make sure my mic is good. It's great. Yes. All right, cool. Thank you. Let's go.
Dawn Richard of Diddy Kane leaves no stone unturned in this. She discusses physical, mental, and financial abuse in this lawsuit of her, Cassie, Kim Porter, his assistants, and other artists that he's worked with. Trafficking, drugs, death threats, false imprisonment. How other people in the industry saw this happening and did nothing. He hired police officers to oversee his freak-off parties, showing he had police in his back pocket. I went through this whole document so that you don't have to. I'm I'm not going to talk about the financial abuse part because I'll be here all day, but I am going to talk about the physical and emotional abuse that he put these people through. If you want the full set of court documents, it's actually linked in my bio, but let's go through it. In number 4 here, it's highlighted how he regularly hurled objects in a fit of rage, often throwing items such as mobile phones, laptops, food, and studio equipment across.
Studio equipment? So he's throwing stuff like this just across the room, just at people. Like, just imagine him just picking up random like things and microphones and microphone stands and throwing them at people. I'm sorry, man. P. Diddy did not pay anybody in the first place. So it's like, it's not like they're with Diddy or around Diddy or working with Diddy because they needed the money, because Diddy didn't pay anybody. Because this is dirty money days. This ain't even back in the day when Biggie was alive. This was like a couple years ago. So it's like, if Diddy was so much of a terrible person and he ain't paying you, or he ain't gonna pay you in the future, why be around him when he's hurling microphone stands at people? Like, come on, y'all. Hit a like button, y'all. Hit a like button. I know y'all just coming in, but hit the like button. Hit the like button.
The room or at people. It talks about how she saw him brutally beat Cassie, choking and strangling her, striking her with his hands and with objects, slapping her, punching her, throwing items at her, including a scalding hot pan. Under number 5, the phrases that you see in bold. Those are the things that Diddy would say to Dawn if Dawn tried to help Cassie. In number 40 up at the top, it says Mr. Combs regularly wore sunglasses and avoided looking at the female contestants in the eyes, contributing to an atmosphere of uncertainty and intimidation. In number 41, it says during auditions of Making the Band, Mr. Combs spoke to the female contestants in a hostile, condescending manner, making disparaging gender-based remarks. And you can read what he said right there. In number 43, on one occasion in around 2005, during the first season of Making the Band, Miss Richard observed Mr. Combs' ex-partner and the mother of his 3 children, Kim Porter, leaving Mr. Combs' recording studio in tears with visible facial injuries, including a lacerated lip. Diddy Kane bandmates were deprived basic needs such as adequate food and sleep.
So right there, Danny Kane bandmates was deprived food, water, and sleep. I have to attempt to put myself in these people's shoes. I think the need or the dream to become famous becomes so overwhelming where you feel propelled to go through things like this, thinking that this is what being a star actually is. I guess, because I don't know, I guess it's kind of like being in the NFL. Y'all hear about the NFL, the rookie comes in, he gets hazed, and they have these these 2-a-days where you're running and doing all this other stuff, and you're tired and you're throwing up on the sideline because you're so tired, you're so hot, it's hot outside, and you may not get water when you want water or whatever. And at the end of the day, it's like the way the game is, and it's like a part of life. And it's kind of like, well, if this is what you wanted, like, why are you complaining? I'm sorry, like, I ain't finna be they depriving these people of food. Like, golly.
In around 2005, during the first season of Making the Band,
2005 now, 2005.
Miss Richard observed Mr. Combs' ex-partner and the mother of his 3 children, Kim Porter, leaving Mr. Combs' recording studio in tears with.
This is when Kim Porter was still alive.
Visible facial injuries, including a lacerated lip. Diddy Kane bandmates were deprived basic needs such as adequate food and sleep. While Diddy was high and awake for multiple days at a time, he would want continuous access to them.
Wait, while Diddy was awake for multiple days at a time? Did y'all just hear that? Diddy was awake for multiple days at a time. What in the world? What? What? So he's depriving himself of sleep. So I guess he assumes you supposed to stay awake and not drink and not eat because he's staying awake and not drinking and not eating.
Forcing them to record and rehearse for stretches of 36 to 48 hours without breaks.
48 hours without sleeping. Is this the military or some shit? Like, what in the world? 48 hours?
Dawn said during that time, she was so sleep and food deprived, she got down to 100 pounds. And she was only 5'4". If they would fall asleep, Diddy would send his associates to wake them up in the middle of the night so that he could watch them rehearse. While they were sleep and food deprived and losing all of this weight, he would force them to participate in intense workouts with his personal trainer, to the point where they were sickened. When he had meetings with them, he would only be dressed in his underwear. One day, Dawn was at the house in Los Angeles, California, and they walked into the kitchen where Cassie was making eggs for Diddy. He came down the stairs looking high, entered the kitchen, screamed at Cassie saying,
"All right, here we go. This is a Cassie situation. Listen to what happens.
I've been asking you for my shit. I can't stand you. You never do it right." He then pushed her against the wall, choked her, and picked up the scalding hot frying pan of eggs and threw it at her, causing her to fall to the ground in a fetal position, cursing.
Golly, man. But you know, in a lot of these situations, the first thing we all are going to say is, why don't she just leave? I would say that in this situation, I don't understand why doesn't she just leave? A part of this lawsuit, Dawn, who's actually suing Diddy, she literally says things get so bad where she calls her dad, right? And her dad goes up there and threatens Diddy, and Diddy literally says, if you keep coming up here, somebody may die. Like, he literally was a threat to everybody. And now Dawn is sitting here thinking like, yo, I don't want my dad to show up dead. So I need to just do what Diddy tells me because he just threatened to delete my father. But all she really has to do is leave and just drive for Uber or some shit or work at a as a waitress and just go on about her business. But I guess because the thing about it is, regardless of what we are hearing, this woman, Cassie, Kim Porter, you know, God rest her soul, these women were in some small, you know, point, they're complicit in their own self-destruction. This is self-destruction and not just Diddy destruction, you know? And y'all may look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but why don't these people just get the hell on and just move to another state? Like, these people have passports. Just get out of there, especially if you're not in a relationship with Diddy. Like, Cassie may be a little more difficult for her to just up and leave. But Dawn and these other people, male or female, no, Tabitha, we're not going to do that. See, women love to just sit around and say, but she was young. Like, we got to stop that. Because y'all get mad when I say women are children, but virtually every time I say something about a woman doing something stupid, What do y'all say? Well, I was young. Well, she was young. Well, y'all are children then, if that's the case. And accept that women are children and stop arguing with me. If every time y'all do something stupid, y'all gonna say y'all are young or were young, even though it happened last Thursday. Like, shut up. And I'm not saying this to Tabitha, but I need women as a whole I need y'all to shut up and stop whining about how y'all were young and dumb when y'all did something stupid. Because what y'all did that was stupid was last Thursday. So that means that y'all are still young and dumb. So accept the fact that y'all are children and sit down and be quiet. Not talking to Tabitha in particular, just talking about women when they run around talking about somebody was young. We be young too. Let me do something dumb and say, well, I was young. That ain't gonna keep me from any type of scrutiny. Just women just love to whine about somebody being young. This shit is dumb. And of course, I'm not talking to Tabitha. I'm talking about the thought process of bailing other women out by saying a woman is young. That shit is stupid.
And screaming,
I was young. She was young. Shut up.
he dragged her up the stairs. She heard glass shattering, crashing, banging noises as he dragged her up the stairs. The next day, her and the other artist that she was with the day before that witnessed what happened with Cassie were called back. He took them to the recording room of his studio, locked the door, dimmed the lights, and gave them flowers. He went on at length stating this is normal.
Wait, gave them flowers? Flowers.
This was just a lover's argument where no one was hurt. This is what love is.
This was just a lover's argument where no one was hurt, but he threw a frying pan with eggs in it at Cassie's head. Allegedly, it hit her and she ends up in a fetal position, and he drags her up the stairs with all kinds of noise going on upstairs, and no one was hurt. See, the thing about it is with Diddy, which is so crazy, is he's giving witnesses flowers, not Cassie. He's not giving Cassie the flowers. He's giving the witnesses flowers. And the witnesses are like, oh, okay, everything is okay. So it's like, even the people who aren't getting, fault are getting flowers, and they're, bruh. These women are complicit to this. It's not just Diddy. It's not just Diddy. And I don't give a damn about somebody saying she's young. No, these people are complicit. These money-hungry ass people, instead of working at Waffle House or driving for Uber, they're like, no, I'm just gonna witness all this crazy shit and get yelled at and have speakers thrown at my head, and I'm just gonna be okay with it. And he ain't even gonna pay me what I supposed to get paid. And if I bring up him not paying me, he may try to delete me and my father. What?
Giving you an opportunity. If you want to make it, you'll shut your mouth, and if you say anything, there will be consequences. He further warned that people end up missing. Then she highlights in 2009 during the Soul Train Awards in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'd rather just be an Uber driver, work at FedEx, or be a waiter or whatever, versus having all these threats of me going missing if I say something. I'm out of there. I'm not going through all of this. Like, what the hell? Also, you can be a part of a rap album or be famous. Every single person that's ever worked for Diddy, whether it be 112, name some other people that was up under Bad Boy. Total, Faith Evans. Name somebody else, y'all. Craig Mack. Everybody was either dead or broke. Well, dead, broke, or strung out on drugs. So it's like it's not even something that is worth going through. Loon, yeah, Loon is broke. Everybody is broke that has ever been up under P. Diddy. And I knew 112. I remember when 112 was at their highest, them niggas was broke. I remember that. When 112 was touring with Biggie, when 112 was hot, they were broke. I knew them. I ain't talked to them in a long time, but I knew two members. Black Rob, they were broke at their at their height. When 112 was at their highest level, when everybody was loving 112, they were broke. I remember it was Freaknik. And put it like this. I'm tell y'all this. And this ain't no indictment on them, so I'm not talking bad about them. But I remember, Mace was, I think Mace was, I don't know if Mace was broke, but I don't want to say Mace was broke, but he had to get the hell on. But doing Freaknik, this was like 1997 or something like that. I remember running into a member of 112. I'm not going to say who. And my car was flyer than his car. And he was 112. He was part of 112. I remember that. I remember we used to go to the same school. Like after we went to high school together. And all of 112 went to my high school. And when we graduated, they went to a school that I went to, because I did go to some type of school after day 26. Yeah, day 26. Casey and JoJo look like pure bums. They can't even sing no more because they done did so many drugs where their vocal cords aren't even the same anymore. But going back to 112, one of the members of 112, we went to school together, and he ended up dropping out because he literally used to be up all night recording, and he'll just be in class like this. This was after high school. It was like in a technical school, and I'm like, bro, you good? He's like, bro, we just in the studio, man. Like, I ain't getting no sleep. Like, I'm so tired, but we got to get it right. And I was like, okay, I got you. It sounds fun, not fun, but it sounds, when you that age and somebody is about to be famous and you see them before they get famous and they in the studio and stuff, it was cool. But what he had to go through and what they had to go through, I'm glad that it wasn't me, because 112, one was broke, and two probably was getting treated just like they were getting treated, because back in the day, I witnessed, not P. Diddy, but him saying that he had to be up all night recording and in the studio, and he'll be in school and not having had a lick of sleep. I remember that. And he ended up dropping out, and they became 112. And like I said, probably 3 years later, I seen them in Freaknik traffic, and it was crazy. My car was nicer than his car, and I'm like, why are you driving that? And you 112. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. It is what it is. Hit a like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share this video. Hit the like button.
He flew Miss Richard and Miss Harper, the other artists, to his house in New York on a private jet for an after party. There were many well-known celebrities at the party, and copious amounts of illegal substances were openly consumed. He had arranged for dozens of young women and girls, some of who appeared to be underage, to be transported to the party. These women arrived wearing little to no clothing and were given DURGS and alcohol. Many of them appeared to be lethargic and passed out while Diddy and his guests performed inappropriate acts on them. He repeatedly said things like, "This is a buffet, enjoy yourselves, this is what we do, this is how we party." He hired police officers to attend his parties, sending a clear message to guests that his influence extended to law enforcement officers. At one of the parties, she witnessed Diddy openly stating that he had arranged for busloads of young exotic girls. Once
that part right there is one part that I want to just take a second to discuss. I did a video about how Diddy had secret tunnels under his mansion, and folks was trying to discredit me and tell me that I'm crazy. But I said back then that it was this video right here. We're gonna come back to this, but do y'all remember when I did this video?
Like every time.
So they were interviewing people outside of Diddy's house, right? And it came out that Diddy had secret tunnels under his house, secret tunnels. And they would say, people just outside of the house, they would say that they would have busloads of young girls, and the busload of young girls would just disappear. So the busload of young girls would not pull up to the mansion. It would just be a busload of young girls, and next thing you know, the bus is leaving and there's no young girls on the bus. And they couldn't understand where the busload of young girls were. Well, they would pull up to an area and where nobody is watching, and they would go down in a tunnel, and they would travel through the tunnel into P. Diddy's mansion. So some of y'all may have seen this, some of y'all may not have. Let's look at this real quick, and we're going to go back to that video, because like I said, I am totally against people like P. Diddy, people like Andrew Tate, all these dudes that are messing with or doing certain things with underage girls. Watch this. So while you watching this, keep in mind, in the lawsuit, they talked about bus loads of underage girls. And when a bus pulls up to the mansion, they just disappear. They went into the secret tunnels. Watch this. This is the specific reason why the feds raided his house with guns and military fatigue on, because they went in there with the intention of saving trapped young people in the tunnels.
I walk past his house, and obviously the Playboy Mansion's right there, and we know about the tunnels that connect from the Playboy Mansion
to here.
I'm sure they connect.
The Playboy Mansion may have had secret underground tunnels that connected to homes of some of the biggest stars of the 1970s. And one of the houses Diddy actually bought. Diddy purchased a massive house near the Playboy Mansion, right up the street from Playboy Mansion, in an LA neighborhood. Those tunnels from the Playboy Mansion led to Diddy's home. And remember, we're talking about the bus loads of young girls. I didn't even have to pause it. Diddy purchases $40 million. All right, right here. According to this story on Playboy, secret tunnels running from the Playboy Mansion to the homes of several nearby celebrities, including P. Diddy. The tunnels went beneath Los Angeles Country Club to the homes of Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, Kirk Douglas, and James Caan. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
You and Jack Nicholson had your own secret passageway into the Playboy Mansion.
No.
Is that true?
Well, I think the story was printed that there was a tunnel.
So I have the schematics to the actual tunnel. But before I play that, make sure to contribute to the channel. Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of this video. Cash App is $AARON 1000. Cash App is $AARON 1000. Contribute to the channel. By my Deep Discussions card game. The card game is under this video. You'll see it. And my other card game is up under there also, or either Super Chat or Cash App.
Playboy.com staff members released some blueprints that they found a few years ago that show underneath the Playboy Mansion is a series of tunnels that were constructed to link Hugh Hefner's world-famous domicile to the homes of Jack Nicholson, James Caan, Kirk Douglas, and Warren Beatty.
And remember, the woman in the video. Hold on, 443. Let me back it up just like. Listen to this. I'm gonna come right back to this. But I want you to put these two videos together. So listen to this. We'll come right back to this. Listen.
Influence extended to law enforcement officers. At one of the parties,
his influence was law enforcement officers.
She witnessed Diddy openly stating that he had arranged for busloads of young exotic girls. Once again, she observed these young girls being violated by him.
So keep that in mind. Busloads. Imagine a busload of young girls just coming to somebody's house. What are you talking about? Come on to Mr. Let Go on YouTube. Come on to Mr. Let Go on YouTube. Mr. Let Go, MRLETGO on YouTube, and come. You'll be able to see the video. You're on Instagram right now, so you probably don't see what's going on. But come on to MRLETGO, Mr. Let Go on YouTube, and you'll be able to see it. What's up, about Toby 3074? So let's go back to this video here.
Prints which show that the construction project was built in the 70s and 80s were discovered in the Playboy archives by staff writers looking for a juicy story.
Now dig this, a photo from the late 70s allegedly showing an excavation in progress beneath the mansion. And this one shows the newly discovered tunnel plans. Check out the bunny logo on the plywood wall.
The second time I met Oprah was at
Oprah, y'all heard that right? Oprah allegedly used to travel through those same tunnels. So keep in mind, this is a young girl, and she said she met Oprah. Watch where she met Oprah at. Watch what she's about to say. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Share this video. This is a young girl. Watch this.
the Playboy Mansion.
At the Playboy Mansion. Why is Oprah at the Playboy Mansion? Why is Oprah at the Playboy Mansion? Whole bunch of young girls at the Playboy Mansion, traveling through these tunnels, busloads of young girls. Why is Oprah at the Playboy Mansion? Well, it's simple. Because Oprah is complicit with all this stuff also. Oprah and Blankstein was like this. Y'all remember Oprah having the school in Africa? The school of young girls in Africa? Remember P. Diddy had a school also? See, these rich people actually open up schools, and now they have like chickens in the hen house, and all they got to do is pick up what they want because there's a whole school. So they'll open up the school, and everybody would, funnel their kids through the school, and they're thinking like, oh my God, my kid is being raised, or not raised, being taught by this new advanced school. No, them kids are the busloads of kids going to Diddy's house. And Oprah and Diddy and a lot of these other people are orchestrating all of it. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
There's tunnels under the Playboy. There's tunnels at the Playboy Mansion.
Discover tunnel plans. Check out the bunny logo on the plywood wall.
The second time I met Oprah was at the Playboy Mansion.
Watch what she says about the tunnels. Why was Oprah fat ass walking through the tunnels? Because she was accompanying young girls to predators. Oprah.
There's tunnels under the Playboy Mansion that lead to celebrities' homes. All kind of celebrities' homes.
And we've caught them. We've caught them all. We've got it all on tape. We've caught them all. And by the way, you gave the idea for the Logan Act against General Flynn. You better take a look at that because we caught you in a sense. And President Obama was sitting in the office. He knew about it too. So don't tell me about a free transition.
So right here, this is Rockefeller Records, Jay-Z, Atlantic Records. See, a lot of all of this is connected to music because you got to understand, P. Diddy was in music. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Russell Simmons, Rick Rubin, that used to be in the studio with Jay-Z all the time. Leor Cohen right here. World Jewish Congress. Clive Davis. David Geffen. Clive Davis. Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine is in a woman's lawsuit also. P. Diddy and Epstein is at the bottom. This shit is crazy.
You was more than my girl. We was like brothers. So now, Ice Cube. Yo, I know this man Diddy just sit in his room mad every day about how people just keep digging stuff up on him, bro. So now, Ice Cube's son has brought it to the attention of social media that his song on I Need a Girl was questionable. Before I play the song, this is the quote that he's talking about. You was more than my girl. We was like brothers.
Y'all remember the I Need a Girl song?
Then it get worse. Let's roll it.
More than my girl, we was like brothers.
You was more than my girl. We was like brothers.
Play fight undercover.
We used to play fight undercover. See, I was going to defend Diddy until I heard him say the part about the covers. The man said, you was more than my girl. We was like brothers. We used to play fight undercovers. Who? Then he pointed at Usher. If you watch the music video, he pointed at Usher, bro. This man Diddy.
All right, so let's get back to the lawsuit.
In front of John and other.
If you want me to talk more about the underground tunnels, let me know in the chat. But I did a separate video about that about a month ago. But if you want me to talk about that a little bit more, I will. But let me know in the chat if y'all want that. But I want to focus on this lawsuit. But if y'all want me to talk about the tunnels more, I will.
People multiple times throughout the time that she was working with him or forced to be working with him. One time in New York.
No. Did y'all hear that? This is what women do for other women. She said forced to be working with him. She wasn't forced to do nothing. I hate it. Why do women do this mess? Let me back it up a little bit. Why do women do this mess? Listen to this shit. Talking about forced to be working with. No, your ass could have left whenever you wanted to. You can't. And then Dawn kept coming back. Dawn was on a Love album that just came out 6 months ago. So from 2005 to 2024, your ass is still around P. Diddy talking about forced to be working. No, you could have been left. No. So P. Diddy's a piece of crap, but I'm not finna let these damn women off the hook.
Things like, this is a buffet, enjoy yourselves, this is what we do, this is how we party.
Call young girls being bussed in, being walked through underground tunnels, a buffet. Now, if it wasn't young girls and it was 30-year-old women and it's a busload of them and they all are ready to smash, now that would be a buffet. And I would be literally just like, putting on my bib and stuff and like, So yes, grown women being bussed in and they're there and, and they're consenting adults and they all are ready to smash and is a whole bunch of them. Now that's a buffet and that will be fun. But young girls, no, sir. That's nasty.
He hired police officers to attend his parties, sending a clear message to guests that his influence extended to law enforcement officers. At one of the parties, she witnessed Diddy openly stating that he had arranged for busloads of young exotic girls. Once again, she observed these young girls being violated by him. He assaulted Cassie in front of Dawn and other people multiple times throughout the time that she was working with him, or forced to be working with him. One time in New York, he grabbed Cassie's neck, pulled her out of the van onto the grass, and pinned her head down on the ground. He yelled at her, "You're gonna get fucked up today." In another instance in 2010.
Damn, man. Treating a girl like a freaking dog, bro.
And he punched Cassie in the face in the bathroom of a party in Los Angeles. When Cassie tried to stand up to him, he would strike her or wrap his hands around her throat and choke her. There was a dinner where there was a lot of celebrities, and it was a dinner for Interscope Records. The CEO of Interscope was there. Neyo and Usher are also listed in.
Here we go. Neyo and Usher. Here we go. Neyo and Usher. Watch this.
This lawsuit. Diddy proceeded to punch Cassie in the stomach in front of everybody.
So, I want to ask you all a question. Knowing that Diddy is this terrible, evil person that allegedly murked Tupac, that allegedly murked Biggie, that allegedly murked Craig Mack, would you tell if you're sitting at a dinner and all of a sudden P. Diddy and his girl is sitting at the table or across the table and you witness him being like, bah, bah, you I do this, just whatever, jacking her up and pow, pow, pow. And you sit there like, just eating your food. What would you do? What would you do? And according to what they're saying in this lawsuit, there's police in the mansion. He had police on payroll. So if you call 911, police are already there at the house watching P. Diddy do all these things just like you watching. So my question to you is, what would you do? What would you do? Comment. I want to see, what would you do if you were Usher, and just imagine Usher being at the top of the food chain for so many years to this day. Neyo, being at the top of the food chain as a songwriter. What would y'all do? Because there's a very good possibility that if Usher or Neyo would have said something, it would have got back it would have got back to P. Diddy, and there's a possibility that they wouldn't be here anymore. But what do y'all think? What would y'all have done? This is a lot. This lawsuit is way deeper than Lil Rod's lawsuit.
Obviously, this was painful. She was doubled over.
I'd walk out and go to another party. Yeah, I would just I would not say nothing and just leave and never come back. And you know, I would sit down with a detective and not just a 911 call. I would actually sit down with a detective. What can you do but try to be as inconspicuous as you can? I would sit down with a detective and I would interview the detective, like, excuse me, can I talk to a detective? And the detective would sit down. I'm like, all right, so I have something to talk about, but before I talk about this, I need to make sure that you in particular aren't compromised. So do you know who P. Diddy is? You know what I'm saying? I would interview detectives before I start telling everybody what happened, but I would go to a detective and not just the police. And I think I would possibly get something done by doing that. I would speak out. I would sneak out the back door. Oh, okay.
Crying. She was escorted out of the restaurant, and Diddy just continued to be at the dinner with the guests like nothing happened. A lot of celebrities, and it was a dinner for Interscope Records. The CEO of Interscope was there. Neyo and Usher are also listed in this lawsuit. Diddy proceeded to punch Cassie in the stomach in front of everybody. Obviously, this was painful. She was doubled over, crying. She was escorted out of the restaurant, and Diddy just continued to be at the dinner with the guests.
Can you imagine? He done went upside this woman's head, went upside this woman's stomach, and next thing you know, he gets her escorted out of the freaking restaurant, and he keeps eating, and everybody else keeps eating along with him.
Like nothing happened. He would frequently ask Dawn to strip down to her underwear. He would call her terrible things, as you can see in number 83. He would go into her changing room while she was nude. He would touch her inappropriately with stylists around. She would obviously tell him to stop, try to cover herself up when he came in, but he would not stop. If you read what that says in number 92 at the top, I don't think I can say that on TikTok. Basically, Diddy and a group of other males were, doing inappropriate acts to his female assistant, the whole group of them. On their flight back to the United States the next day, Dawn asked Diddy where his assistant was. And he said, I don't give a fuck where that is. She learned that he literally took her passport back to the United States, leaving her stranded.
Yo, can you imagine going to another country and somebody takes your passport and now you're stuck in another country? Bro, can you imagine? Give me your passport. And now you're stuck in another country. You can't even go home. That's crazy.
On their flight back to the United States the next day, Dawn asked Diddy where his assistant was. And he said, I don't give a fuck where that is. She learned that he literally took her passport back to the United States, leaving her stranded in the United Kingdom. In 2010, Diddy was preparing for a performance on Saturday Night Live. She had been waiting all day for him to call or send a car for her for whatever reason. She received a call basically where he was saying, where are you? You don't deserve to be here. Get a cab.
But keep this in mind, y'all. Keep this in mind. They keep coming back. Yeah, Moise says Diddy is a devil. Yes, but they keep coming back. So these women are complicit to this whole situation. Just keep that in mind. I'm not saying P. Diddy is not a bad person, but Keep this in mind, though. Fire is hot. If I stick my finger in the fire, I'm going to burn my hand. Do I stick my finger in the fire again? Because the second time I touch the fire, once I realize it's hot, me sitting here saying fire is hot or Diddy is the devil, it doesn't matter anymore because I keep sticking my damn hand in the damn fire. So I want y'all to just keep that in mind. Yeah, P. Diddy is a terrible person, but all these people are terrible people also because they keep dealing with him. This was in 2005. This was in 2000. Well, not this lawsuit, but a lot of the things that you're hearing were in 2005. That was years ago. 19 years ago. 19 years ago, y'all. So what do we say about these damn people who were complicit with all this mess? Obviously, he never got diagnosed by a professional. Sounds psychopathic. Facts. I agree. Yes, they got kidnapped. She flew to the other country with Diddy. So she did not get kidnapped. He took her passport and left her in the UK. That isn't kidnapping because you said, I'll go to this other country and deal with Diddy doing dumb shit. So no, they were not kidnapped. They did this shit and were okay with it. So the first thing I got to say is you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Narcissistic abuse causes a conflicting decision when you are victimized, unfortunately. Nobody cares. These are grown-ass people. Nobody cares. I don't care. They could have left. And I'm not demonizing them. I'm just saying they are complicit. That's all I'm saying. They are a part of this whole circus. See, an abuser needs somebody to abuse. An abuser can't abuse if the abusee keeps leaving. You ain't got nobody to abuse. You can't kick a dog if it ain't no dog around. If the dog done ran off, there's no dog to kick. So you can't run around kicking dogs if you can't find a dog to kick. I'm just saying. Ma'am, you gonna keep talking? Ma'am? Ma'am? What's... Hello?
At this point, I'm kind of...
What the hell? What is this woman doing? Talk!
confused if Miss Harper was an artist or an assistant because it's kind of unclear in here. But I think maybe she was his assistant, so I'm just going to refer to her as that. Basically, the assistant ran after her when she was getting into the Bentley, and they were both then locked into the Bentley by the bodyguard. There were no interior door handles, and there was no way to escape. All of their belongings.
How is it no interior door handles? What? Why are there no interior door handles on a Bentley? What?
Were in the studio, but Miss Harper had her cell phone on her. Dawn called her father and told him what happened. But moments later, basically, Miss Harper was pulled out of the vehicle and Dawn was in the vehicle by herself, and she was locked in the car for over 2 hours. She screamed as loudly as she could. No one responded. It was cold outside. She had no coat. Her father drove from Baltimore to New York and arrived at the studio approximately.
This is the father. Listen to this. This is crazy. Listen to this. You know what? Before we do that, let's have a quick commercial break, and we're going to come right back and find out what happens with the father. Everybody hit the like button and watch this amazing commercial. With a solution that will help I just came up with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. Virtually all of us have somewhat the same issues with the opposite sex. But what if I told you the opposite sex isn't the reason why you're having all these problems? It may be the same sex. What am I talking about? And I'm talking to the ladies in particular. Your mother. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. See, we can't expect women to just go out in the world and have these great, amazing relationships with men when she didn't have a great relationship with the person that birthed her. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. It's 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter. I actually added 2 more questions. So it's 52 questions for the mother and 52 questions for the daughter, just for the record. I actually added more questions to the card game because we can't get proper communication being one-sided. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your, and this is one of the this is one of the questions right here. If you can parent, this is what the mother, this is what the daughter would be asking the mother. This is one of the questions. If you could parent me all over again, what would you change? Imagine asking your mother this type of question. This card game is freaking amazing. Your mother, without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, and then she gets an opportunity to ask certain questions to you. The lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, forgive their father, forgive what happened to them, and most importantly, hear her mother's side of the story that she never divulged to you, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. And I didn't just create this card game for you. I created this card game for all of us. Because when our women are at their best, we all are at our best. All of the resentment, the lack of being heard, but all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing. Buy this card game, y'all. Buy this card game right now. Let me get at least 5 people to buy this card game. Well, pre-order this card game. Go up under this video or either tap the link that is pinned to the top of this chat and pre-order your mother-daughter card game. For the women who have daughters and for the women who have mothers, we all have mothers, hit the link and pre-order the card game because when the card game comes out, is going to be $200. Right now is only $62. So you can get it at a discount if you pre-order it. I don't want to hear people get mad at me because you got to pay $200 for the card game. And you wonder why the card game is so expensive. It's because it's therapy in a box. Y'all asses don't want to get therapy. You can have fun playing a card game that would actually be therapy for you and your mother without actually going to therapy. That's the reason why it's $200, because it's like 2 sit downs in a therapist's office. Not saying I'm a therapist, but playing the game itself with your mother is a therapeutic experience. All right, so let's get back to the lawsuit.
Later, only after her father arrived and demanded.
Okay, remember the father is pulling up on Diddy. Watch what happens.
To see her, did the bodyguard basically release Dawn from the vehicle. Her father threatened Diddy.
Hold on. Pre-order means you buy the card game at a discount. So you buy the card game right now at a discount, which is $62. And then you got to wait, probably a month for the card game to actually be created and then sent to you. So that's what pre-order actually means. So you either buy the pre-order now and, wait some weeks for it to actually come to you, or you can wait for the card game to come out and it'll come in 3 days, but then the card game will be $200 instead of $62. So that's the significance of the pre-order. You're getting it at a discount. So P. Diddy is pulling up. I mean, the father is pulling up on P. Diddy right now. I don't see the link. Oh, the link to buy the my card game, if you're watching on Instagram, come off this live real quick and go to my bio and hit the link in my bio on Instagram. Hit the link in my bio on Instagram. Hit the link in my bio on Instagram. Hit the link in my bio right now.
With the police. Diddy warned him to think about your family, think about your daughter's career. She said her father appeared visibly frightened by Diddy's threats and actions. The next day, he said, "You don't call your dad unless you're in the hospital." If you're still with me, that was a clusterfuck. There is so much more, but that's really locked into.
Wait. I missed something.
To the Bentley by the bodyguard. There were no interior door handles and there was no way to escape. All of their belongings were in the studio, but Miss Harper had her cell phone on her. Dawn called her father and told him what happened. But moments later, basically Miss Harper was pulled out of the vehicle and Dawn was in the vehicle by herself and she was locked in the car for over 2 hours. She screamed as loudly as she could. No one responded. It was cold outside. She had no coat. Her father drove from Baltimore to New York and arrived at the studio approximately 2 hours later. Only after her father arrived and demanded to see her did the bodyguard basically release Dawn from the vehicle. Her father threatened Diddy with the police. Diddy warned him to think about your family, think about your daughter's career.
Damn, think about this. He's like, hey, I want you to think about your family. I want you to think about your daughter's career. Because if you call the police, your daughter's career is going to be in the trash and somebody may die. Do you want that for your daughter? Yo, that's diabolical.
She said her father appeared visibly frightened by Diddy's threats and actions. The next day, he said, "You don't call your dad unless you're in the hospital." If you're still with me, that was a clusterfuck. There is so much more, but that's really all I could actually even fathom to get through. Wow.
Diddy is being sued by a member of Danity Kane for abuse and witnessing abuse of Kim Porter and Cassie.
All right, so let me go to this and I'm going to come back to this because TikTok, they have a different way of operating. I'm going to play this real quick.
On the other hand, was a little bit more careful when she spoke about Diddy. And the reason why is because in order for her to get out of her contracts with him, she wasn't allowed to say anything bad about him.
No, he said, "I'm gonna let you go, but you gotta
let you go, like let you out of your contract.
I'm gonna let you out of your contract and not say, like, long as you just don't say shit negative, like you just go through life and just keep going." And I said, "Sure." You gave me an opportunity, so I stayed quiet and he let me out of everything. We were coming to rehearsal in New York. We would do.
Doesn't that mean she's complicit? Doesn't that mean she's complicit?
Doing Saturday Night Live, and Kalina and I didn't know we had rehearsals, and we were asking everybody, "Yo, when's rehearsals?" They didn't know. We get to SIR Studios and Puff on us. He spazzes out on us, like, and he was like, "We all don't want it." He always go with the "y'all don't want it," the Jedi mind treatment. He makes you believe that you suck all to hell, and you've been working all hours of the night, and me and him got in a huge.
What did he say to you, like verbatim?
I can't even go into detail. He was like, "Y'all bitches don't want it. Y'all don't want it." And I was like, "Puff, why are you talking so loud?" And I've kind of always, been respectful. I've never really went too out of line with Puff. I threw my purse down. I was like, "Well, you want to go? We can go." There was this chess battle that happened between him, and I think everybody's eyes was like, Dawn.
Now, I brought this clip up because it's actually relevant to this lawsuit. Because in the lawsuit, Dawn said that Diddy would constantly berate her and her bandmates and call them out their name, call them the B word, talk about their looks. And in this particular instance where Dawn almost got into it with Diddy, he had his bodyguards lock her away in his Bentley for over 2 hours. She had no way to escape. She was screaming, but she did end up calling her father because she had her phone. Her father drove all the way up to New York and demanded she be released. And when he met up with Diddy, he told him that he was going to call the police. And guess what Diddy said? He said, "Think about your family. Think about your daughter's career." And Dawn was scared. She was fearful for her family's safety. And Diddy told her, "Don't call your dad unless you're in the hospital." So these were the veiled threats that he would make toward her that would make her fearful. But that was just one of many wild things that Diddy would do. Dawn accused Diddy of depriving her of food and sleep. He would constantly make her work. She had to be at his every beck and call. And she didn't get compensated for any of the work she did for him. It's really sad. And when I think about the whole making the band process, that was really Diddy's way of conditioning the girls ahead of time to accept being treated like trash, basically. He programmed the ladies to think that this is what they have to do and this is what they have to endure to get ahead in the industry. And Dawn was one of the many entertainers who fell into this trap. She was tied to Diddy and she had to take everything he threw at her. And things got really intense when she was in Dirty Money. She said Diddy would be high a lot and he would be awake all periods of the night, and he would demand that Dawn and her group partner Kalina would come to the recording studio, and they would spend all day in the studio, like sometimes 4 consecutive days without a break to eat or sleep. And anytime Dawn tried to leave, he would say, "Where the F are you? We have an album to make." And he would also make threats like, "I make ends go missing. I make things go away." So he bragged about getting away with crime. So he allegedly was starving Dawn and threatening her, and he wouldn't pay her. In fact, he owes her like $1.2 million in royalties from their music and also $335,000 from their touring. And she was never compensated for promoting the Ciroc or Diddy Beats campaign. Also, Dawn accused Diddy of harassing her and essaying her. She claimed that he told her to strip down to her underwear, and he called her a B word and made some demeaning remarks about her body and said she was ugly and lazy and skinny. And he did this in front of other people like friends and producers and bodyguards. It was embarrassing. She also was aware of the freak-off parties that Diddy would hold because he would have these parties while she was in the studio. He would invite men and women to get high and get their freak on. Also, there were times when Diddy would try her. In fact, when she was undressing, Diddy would grope her body without her consent, claiming to show the stylist where he wanted her bra straps, but Dawn thought he was being a creep. He would even be smacking her butt, claiming she was too skinny. I mean, he was just doing a lot of things that made her extremely, extremely uncomfortable. And one time around Christmas, he tried to get her boobs done, and he would grope her without her permission. He said, "You're an A cup, I'm thinking a D." And Dawn was just in shock at his gall. And she actually observed firsthand Diddy mistreat his ex-girlfriend, Cassie. Now, Cassie already sued Diddy for his vile mistreatment towards her, and we've seen on camera how he mistreated her, but...
So, once again, I need to keep saying this because it's very important. Dawn Richards, like, even, I want you to think about this. Think about this. This man just threatened to delete your daddy. You call your daddy to come up there and save you from Diddy. But you make a decision to stay with Diddy and tell your daddy to go back home. And then Diddy turns around and says, if you call your daddy back up here, he may lose his life. And instead of her saying, "Yo, I'm out of here, this man is crazy," she stays. She stays. Imagine working for somebody that literally threatens to delete your father, delete your whole family, find them and just, and you keep working at the job. Who's crazy? It's not just Diddy that's crazy. It's not just Diddy that's crazy. Dawn is crazy too.
Would come to the recording studio, and they would spend all day in the studio, like sometimes 4 consecutive days. In fact, he owes her like $1.2 million in royalties from their music and also $335,000. Now, I brought this clip up because he told him that he was going to call the police, and guess what Diddy said? He drove all the way up to New York. And
so I'm a father myself. So we got to just back up for a second and just think about this shit. Just for a second.
For over 2 hours. She had no way to escape. She was screaming, but she did end up calling her father because
she calls her father. She's a grown woman, so she could do whatever she wants to do. This is just like having an abusive boyfriend. She calls her father, and he comes up there, is like, "Let's just go home." And Dawn is like, no, I'm going to stay here with Diddy. The dad has no choice but to say, all right, what, he's going to kidnap his own daughter? No. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button already, please hit the like button and share this video.
had her phone. Her father drove all the way up to New York and demanded she be released. And when he met up with Diddy, he told him that he was going to call the police. And guess what Diddy said? He said, think about your family. Think about your daughter's career.
Golly. Think about your family. Think about your daughter's career. Dad is probably, I don't know, a trash man or a teacher or just a bus worker, or he works at a post office. And he's sitting there thinking like, damn, man, my daughter is trying to start a career that will pay all of our bills. And my daughter is making a decision to stay here because I can't give her the life that this man can give her. That's kind of sad. I wish this shit would happen to my goddamn kid. I'm yanking her up out of there.
And Dawn was scared. She was fearful for her family's safety. And Diddy told her, don't call your dad unless you're in the hospital.
What? Don't call your dad unless you're in the hospital?
So these were the veiled threats that he would make toward her that would make her fearful. But that was just one of many wild things that Diddy would do. You know, Dawn accused Diddy of depriving her of food and sleep. He would constantly make her work. She had to be at his every beck and call, and she didn't get compensated for any of the work she did for him. It's really sad. And when I think about the whole making the band process, that was really Diddy's way of conditioning the girls ahead of time to accept being treated like trash, basically. He programmed the ladies to think that this is what they have to do and this is what they have to endure to get ahead in the industry. And Dawn was one of the many entertainers who fell into this trap. She was tied to Diddy and she had to take everything he threw at her. And things got really intense when she was in Dirty Money. She said Diddy would be high a lot and he would be awake all periods of the night, and he would demand that Dawn and her group partner, Kalina, would come to the recording studio, and they would spend all day in the studio, like sometimes 4 consecutive days without a break to eat or sleep. And anytime Dawn tried to leave, he would say, where the F are you? We have an album to make. And he would also make threats like, I make ends go missing. I make things go away. So he bragged about getting away with crime. So he allegedly was starving Dawn and threatening her, and he wouldn't pay her. In fact, he owes her like $1.2 million in royalties from their music and also $335,000 from their touring. And she was never compensated for promoting the Ciroc or Diddy Beats campaign. Also, Dawn accused Diddy of her.
See, this is what I'm saying. So for anybody who is thinking like, well, she had bills to pay, I understand why she stayed. I want you to think about this. He didn't pay her. He didn't pay her. Oh, is this Tupac's birthday today? R.I.P. Tupac 20 years ago today. Is this, wait, Dion, is this his birthday or is this his death day? Respectfully. Is this his birthday or is this his death day? Because those are 2 different days.
Harassing her and essaying her. She claimed that he told her to strip down to her underwear, and he called her.
Damn, his death day. Shit. And P. Diddy allegedly did it. Diddy did it.
And made some demeaning remarks about her body and said she was ugly and lazy and skinny. And he did this in front of other people like friends and producers and bodyguards. It was embarrassing. She also was aware of the freak off parties that Diddy would hold because he would have these parties while she was in the studio. He would invite men and women to get high and get their freak on. Also, there were times when Diddy would try her. In fact, when she was undressing, Diddy would grope her body without her consent, claiming to show the stylist where he wanted her bra straps, but Dawn thought he was being a creep. He would even be smacking her butt, claiming she was too skinny. I mean, he was just doing a lot of things that made a skillet of eggs at her, and she fell to the ground, and he dragged her upstairs. And Dawn tried to intervene, but her other group member, Kalina, told her, don't do it, let's get out of here, because Diddy is dangerous. And the following day, he called Dawn and Kalina to the recording studio, and he locked them in the room, dimmed the lights, and warned them about speaking on that incident with Cassie. He said, this is normal. This was just a lover's argument where no one was hurt. This is what love is. I'm giving you an opportunity. If you want to make it, you'll shut your mouth.
Shit. I gotta get a drink. being famous is not worth it. You either gotta suffer like this, you either gotta spend long hours and you may not get paid because a movie comes out 6 months to a year later. Lawsuits. Then some of the dudes gotta do gay shit in order to get a new movie or a new opportunity. I'd rather do this. I'd rather sell my Deeper Discussions card games, hang out with y'all. Hopefully y'all will drop some super chats and cash apps. Let me put my cash app banner back up. And I can have a better life than all these movie stars, rap stars, and singers. Singers' lives be trash, rappers' lives be trash, and movie stars' lives be trash. This shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Women get trained on by gay. Hey man, I don't want no part of it. I don't want to be no damn actor, singer, or no rapper. I'm good, man. I'm in my house. This is one of my rooms in my house. I'm chilling. I'm comfortable. I'm comfy in my little hoodie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Got my ceiling fan on. You know what I mean? Just in my house. You know, I got my water. You already know I got my grapes. You know, got my bowl of grapes. I'm chilling. I ain't got to worry about getting beat up. I ain't got to worry about no gay dude trying to holler at me. I ain't traveling all over the damn country hoping I'm gonna get paid after all this work. I ain't got to worry about no lawsuits. I ain't got to worry about sitting in traffic every morning, going to a job. They can have all that mess, man. It'd be nice to be in the movie, but I ain't trying to give up my booty. It'd be nice to be in a movie, but I ain't trying to give up my booty. I'm good. Sitting in my house, hanging out with y'all. Man, please. I'm good.
You say anything, there will be consequences. He also said people end up missing, which was a threat.
See, I don't have to worry about consequences sitting in my own house on a Saturday night, hanging out with y'all. There's no consequences. Nobody threatening me.
On their life. So Dawn stayed quiet, and on multiple occasions, she witnessed Diddy just putting the paws on Cassie. Like, man, he didn't even.
Ladies, I don't know how y'all deal with giving up y'all booty, but I know y'all enjoy it, but that's crazy. But so ladies, keep giving up y'all booties, but let y'all do it. But I don't, because shout out to the women who giving up their booty. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all.
Treat her like she was human. It was disgusting the way he treated her. Dawn recalled a time when
Lex says, stop being stingy with the booty. No booty over here. No. Like I said, y'all keep giving up y'all booty because, like I said, I love it. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm good. Just sitting in my house, not giving up my booty. Life is good over here. I'm good.
he knocked Cassie in the stomach at a dinner party. He did this in front of people like Jimmy Iovine, Usher, and Neyo. And Cassie was crying and she was in pain, and Diddy's assistant, Capricorn Clark, escorted her out of the restaurant while everybody else continued socializing and acting like nothing happened.
That's crazy. Jaguar and Diddy, well, Jaguar Wright said Diddy and Andre Harrell used to run a train on Mary J. Blige. These women will sleep with anyone. Well, Andre Harrell and P. Diddy were two of the most famous black men in music. So they're not anybody. So no, I don't agree with that. And Mary J. Blige ain't nobody until she's somebody. And how did Mary J. Blige become somebody? Because of Andre Harrell and Diddy. So, Dion, why not give up the ass to the two people that made you famous? You know how many women giving up their asses to Pookie or random dudes or dudes that ain't even got no damn job? I think that's a pretty good deal because Mary J. Blige is rich and famous because she let allegedly Andre Harrell and Diddy run a train on her. What's wrong with that? What are you talking about? These women will sleep with anybody. These are the two men that orchestrated her entire career. Let them run a train on you, Mary J. Blige. What the hell are you talking about? Offer someone fame and a couple of million, and they're gonna give up that booty. That's a fact, Lash. But women give me their booties, and I don't offer them nothing. And that is my point. I'm saying to Dion. Women offer me their booties, and I don't offer them shit. I ain't giving you no career. I ain't giving you no money. You can't come live with me. Nothing. They go back home after they give me their booties. So for Mary J. Blige to get a train ran on her, and now she's rich and famous, I think that's a pretty good deal. So I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm just saying. Exactly. These women sleep with men behind dumpsters. Are you talking about Andre Harrell? Are you crazy? Some of y'all niggas are asleep with P. Diddy and Andre Harrell if he would have made y'all rich and famous. What are y'all talking about? If y'all don't be quiet. Everything must be consensual in this world. Facts. That is facts. That is facts. But yeah, shout out to the ladies who, give up their booties to me. I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing.
And it's just crazy to me because I don't see how a man can witness that and not do anything. But that just comes to show you how much power Diddy had. Like, people were shook of him. I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw how Cassie was treated, but they weren't bold enough to intervene. You know what I mean? And also, Dawn said that Kim Porter was bruised up. She said that she saw her leaving Diddy's recording studio in tears with visible injuries on her face and her lip. And Dawn said Diddy would also host these drug-filled parties where he would traffic young women, some who appear to be underage, to the party, and he would have his guests perform acts on these women when they were intoxicated. And the crazy thing, Diddy would hire police officers to attend his parties just to get a message to the guests that his influence not only extended in the industry, but also extended to law enforcement.
Have y'all ever seen the show Entourage? Yes or no? In the chat, have y'all ever seen the HBO series Entourage? Yes or no in the chat right now. Yes or no in the chat. Have y'all ever seen the HBO series Entourage? Yes or no? Come on. Yes is no's. Yes is no's. Yes, no. Yes, no. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. Have y'all ever seen the HBO series Entourage? All right. Yes, no, no, yes. Yes, no. Okay. So have y'all seen it and half of y'all have not? It's a great series. So I would say go watch it. It's on just look up Entourage and you'll see it. It's a great show. I've seen every episode of it. It was so good. Very, very good. It's about a young actor that is getting acting opportunities, right? And it shows what the entourage of the guy goes through, right? Damn, a lot of y'all never seen Entourage. It's on HBO. Man, it was super good. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because when you're hanging out with a famous actor, movie star, rapper, or whatever, you get a lot of ass. You get a lot of booty scraps, I will say, booty scraps, because it'd be you and like the star and probably like three other dudes, right? And you're with them, and then the women are like, "Oh my God, you're so and so! Oh my God!" Throwing panties at them and stuff, right? and you would get the booty scraps. You know, shout out to the booty scraps. And because all the women want to give their asses to him, but he picks one girl and it'd be like 4 more chicks left in the room, and you like, so what's up? And they like, you're a friend of him? Oh yeah, that's my God, that's my best friend. Oh, and they'll give up some ass to him, right? So in Entourage, the guys would get hella booty scraps from the groupies, right? And they had a pretty good life. And I'm looking at that as a friend or a worker under Diddy. I'm sure a lot of the guys stayed around Diddy because they would get a lot of booty scraps. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they be when you on tour with Tiny. Nice conversation. No, wait. Oh my God, Lex, you are hilarious. That's how they be when you're on tour with Tonight's Conversation. We don't get booty scraps on tour. We get our own booty. Okay, so it's a certain demographic of women who like Trip, certain demographic of women who like Ace, certain demographic of women who like me, right? So what we do on Tonight's Conversation, we get our own women and we don't get scraps from other dudes. So we would get off stage and we all would have merch tables, and the women that like us would come to our merch tables and then give us their booty. You know, flirtatious, not just giving to us, but you know. So we would not get booty scraps from a famous person. We would have to actually work for our own booties, okay? And y'all sell out of y'all products. Yeah, and you know, penis sometimes, but you know, not all the time, because me in particular, just being real, I don't trust women. So a lot of times I just want to chill out, you know what I mean? Because all it takes is for me to, you know, smash one stupid dysfunctional groupie, and she turns around and says, he did this and he did that and he did this to me and da 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 da, and my career is over. Or not over, but you know, I gotta deal with a lawsuit and embarrassment and all this dumb shit. So nah, I'm good on that. So yeah, I just be wanting to chill because yeah, it ain't women in Atlanta. I'm talking about women, period. You know, they'll turn around and, you know, because what happens is, you know, they're a fan of yours, and then they'll want you to be with them, and then you just want to smash because you don't know this woman from Adam, and you smash and you don't call her no more, and she gets mad because you ain't called her, and she'll get on social media and say you're whatever, and then embarrass the shit out of you, or try to sue you, or you know, whatever, ruin your career simply because you ain't called a bitch back. So no. So I'm very particular with my penis. I'm not running through groupies. So and the other guys on Tonight's Conversation, they're the same way. So yeah, we ain't running. So in the movie Entourage, they running through groupies. I ain't running through no damn groupies because I'm scared of y'all. Like, y'all ain't finna sue the shit out of me and ruin my whole goddamn life. So no. Nope. Women are dangerous. That needs to be a t-shirt. Women are dangerous. You run around having fun and smashing groupies left and right. If you want to, you're gonna be looking dumb because all of them, they fucking you because they think you got some money. And if you don't want to give them none or give them no attention, they're gonna try to sue your ass. I'm good.
And this is why Diddy was allowed to get away with so much stuff, because child, he had the police in his pocket and he had them at these freak parties. And
wait. Tabitha said, how are they going to an empowerment show and do that? What? Women don't give a damn about no empowerment. They trying to fuck and get drunk. What are you talking about, Tabitha? Empower? They don't give a damn about no empowerment. They come to tonight's conversations to shake their asses. Has anybody in the chat ever been to a tonight's conversation show? Let's do that real quick. Who in the chat say yes or no? Have you ever been to a tonight's conversation show? Come on, real quick. Answer quickly, because I don't want people to be mad that I'm not talking about P. Diddy. All right, Pamela has. Yes. No. Come on. Can y'all comment faster? Because I don't want people to get mad at me. Play the video. We don't want to hear about this mess. Play the video. Come on, y'all. All right. So Pamela has, Lex has, a lot of ass was shown. Tabitha says no. Carrie says no. Come on, y'all. It's a lot of other people watching. Comment, y'all. Have y'all ever been to tonight's conversation show? Comment in the chat. So, y'all who have been, see, right here, like, play the video. See, y'all ain't commenting fast enough. I'm going to get back to I knew somebody was like, play the video, damn it. So I just want to say this a little bit real quick. So Lex says a lot of ass was shown. Exactly. So the thing about it is, on tonight's conversation, they be trying to fuck. They trying to find somebody hotel room to go back to. Exactly, Pamela. It's 5,000 women in scantily clad outfits, dresses all up to their butt cheeks. And when they start playing music, because we have a DJ, and the women are standing in their chairs, busting it wide open. So I don't know what you talking about, empowerment. Man, please. Hold on. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And we're gonna get back to the video. Hit the like button, hit the like button. And they be asking stupid ass questions like this.
For 4 years off and on. I asked him for $50 and he told me not to get used to it.
See, they come up and ask these stupid, dumb ass questions.
I don't want to go in. I want to ask, is the nigga like going through something? Like, do he need $50 too? Like, are you asking it?
I don't know what he's going through, honestly.
I'm triggered.
Why you triggered, Ace?
Because she doesn't truly know what he's actually going through. She don't. That man could have gave her the last 50 he had. How the woman that need the $50
oh, no.
judging me for barely having it?
No.
So for those who don't know, this is a typical event and what be going on. And I am not the dude in the picture. Somebody said I'm the dude in the flower shirt. I'm the person on stage with the damn camera. So you see this chick in the brown, she fine as hell. Is a whole bunch of fine ass women. It's like 5,000 fine, big booty women. And they be trying to take advantage of us, and we be trying to tell them no. I'm gonna play the video, damn it. Y'all get on my nerves. I'm gonna play the video. Give me a minute. So I don't want to get no copyright strike. So I'm gonna pause it. I mean, not pause it. So just imagine all of these are women. It's probably 30 men in this whole crowd. I'll say it again. It's probably 30 men in this whole crowd. This is 5,000 women. That's Mandy at the walking across the bottom. Yeah, and all these women be trying to have sex with us. And we be saying no. No, you're not. I'm not having sex with you. Like, you gonna take me on a date or something? Or no, like, I have more respect for myself. No. My body, my choice. If you some fine ass women at these shows, though. Hopefully, I won't get no copyright strike. Women really are children. I told you. All right, let's get it. So yeah, women be trying to have sex with us, y'all. And we be saying, no, I'm not letting you have sex with me. My body, my choice. You got to take me out on a date first.
Probably use that as blackmail. Who knows?
All right, well, back to the damn video, y'all. All the play the video people.
But
hit a like button, hit a like button, hit a like button, hit a like button.
Dawn witnessed a lot and she was terrified. She absolutely was terrified. And there are some people questioning the validity of her lawsuit because, you know, she always spoke highly of Diddy in interviews and she even wanted to work with him on the Making the Band reboot in 2020. And she gave Diddy her song Deliver Me to be on his Love album. So it seemed like Dawn had somewhat of a cordial situation with Diddy, but things don't always appear as it seems. I mean, a lot of people tolerated Diddy because of the power he had. And I think in Dawn's situation,
see, a lot of people tolerated Diddy, y'all. They stayed around him knowing he was doing all these crazy things. So yeah, Diddy's a terrible person. But Dawn, Usher, Neyo, and all these other damn people, they're terrible people too, because they stayed around him. Nobody wants to talk about that part.
she needed money and she needed opportunities, and she knew that Diddy was the gatekeeper that held the door.
Yeah, I would have smashed that. She cute as hell. That's my type right there. She's little. Yeah, I would have tore that little ass up. With her consent, of course.
Or for opportunities for her in the industry. So
straight.
I'm not quick to dismiss her claims, even though it does somewhat hurt her credibility that she wanted to work with him after all he put her through. But at the same time, it seemed like she was at a desperate place, especially during the pandemic. So
the thing about it is, I want to ask y'all a question. We're going to keep going on. I got a lot more to talk about, but I want to ask y'all a question. For Dawn to be around Diddy and witness all of these crazy things, deal with almost having your father get deleted, I would say maybe 10 years of this. Do you think she deserves money in a lawsuit if she stayed around Diddy for 10 years? See, Cassie was in a relationship with him, and we seen video of her literally physically trying to leave him, and he came up and jumped on her and dragged her back to the hotel room. So I understand Cassie not being able to leave and Cassie justifiably having a lawsuit against what Diddy did to her. But do y'all think Dawn deserves money in a lawsuit when she literally stayed around Diddy? She was on the Love album that just came out 6 months ago. And it's 2024. Dirty Money came out in 2005. So she's been around this man for 20 years. 20 freaking years. 20. Do you think this woman deserves money in a lawsuit when she purposely stayed around P. Diddy for 20 goddamn years? I say no. But what do y'all think? Comment in the chat. Do y'all think P. Diddy needs to pay Dawn for 20 years of something, whatever she wants to call it? Because I don't think in a lawsuit she said he did anything crazy to her other than slapping on her ass and telling her she needs a boob job. It seems like there's a lot of things that she witnessed, but I don't see any damages. But what do y'all think? No, he don't either. So if she takes it, who cares? Dawn had went home to her family and started her life over. Yeah, after 20 damn years. So in my opinion, because I have a motto, don't believe black women. I'll say it again. I have a motto, don't believe black women. Sorry. Don't believe black women. Sorry, but not sorry. Don't believe black women. So I don't believe Dawn as this traumatized person that Diddy put through a whole bunch of trauma. No, her dumb ass could have went home in 2006 when it was on Making the Band. She didn't want to go home. So for a lot of women, they want to act like victims after spending 20 years with a damn person. And then Dawn, I don't know, but according to the lawsuit that she filed, she didn't even go through shit. Comment in the chat right now. Yes or no? I need yeses and I need nos. Do you think Dawn deserves some money in this lawsuit? Yes or no? Because we've shown the majority of the evidence. I got some more to play, but yes or no? Do you think this woman deserves money? I would say no. Get her ass out of here. Spent 20 years with this goddamn man talking shit. But what do y'all think? No, no. Come on, y'all. Yes or no? Yes or no? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And not too long ago, he had gone on live with a little girl that he had just adopted, where a lot of people started to point out that she allegedly looked like a girl who disappeared 6 years ago.
Lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Dawn Richards says that she got caught in Diddy's web as a participant on his 2004 MTV show Making the Band.
All right. No. Okay, so everybody says
She
no.
said that Diddy began manipulating her by promising to advance her singing career if she met his demands. The former member of Danity Kane said during the on-set auditions, Diddy would be very verbally abusive to these women. She claimed in 2005 she saw Diddy's former girlfriend Kim Porter crying as she left a music studio with her face all banged up. She said then she realized that Diddy was capable of violence and her life could be in danger. A year later,
now this is during making of the band now, y'all. This is during making of the band. Not even Danity Kane, and this ain't even Dirty Money. This is making of the band. That early.
Dawn Richards said that she was first introduced to Cassie and she saw Diddy throw Cassie against a wall.
And she still didn't leave. See, we can talk all the shit y'all want to talk about, oh my God, Diddy's a terrible person. Why is this bitch still around Diddy for 20 goddamn years, though? Nobody wants to talk about that.
Choke her and drag her up a flight of stairs in his LA home. She said on other occasions she watched Diddy sock Cassie in the face and wrap his hands around her throat, attempting to strangle.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to see something.
Then she said her and other members of Danity Kane showed their support to Cassie and advised her to leave Diddy, who found out about the conversation and threatened, "Y'all don't get in my relationship. Don't tell my bitch Cassie what she needs to be doing. Just make money and shut the up."
Damn. Just make money and shut the hell up. And don't be talking about my bitch Cassie. That's crazy.
"I end artists. I shelve careers you could be missing. You bitches want to..." Today, Dawn Richards said after this threat by Diddy, she became a victim of his abuse, forcing her to rehearse 48.
Oh my God. How was she a victim of his abuse? You could have left. You could have left. You see how women love to be victims of all this shit?
Hours at a time without sleep. As a result, she said she dropped a lot of weight and became dehydrated, fatigued, while suffering awful rashes. She said that one time Diddy demanded that she come to his Miami home where he was only wearing underwear. When she asked him to put clothes on, Diddy refused, screaming, "This is my effing house." Dawn Richards said that Diddy's treatment with her got worse between 2009 and 2011. She said that Diddy once barged in her dressing room while she was naked at his recording studio and started inappropriately touching her. She also explains in this lawsuit a time that Diddy locked her in her car with heavily tinted windows for 2 hours as she screamed out for help, and she ended up calling her dad. This lawsuit from the former Danity Kane member Dawn Richard literally gave me chills. It makes me think about everything that Aubrey O'Day used to speak about, and I wonder if she's going to chime in during all of this being released. But y'all let me know what you guys think about Diddy being sued by a former member of Danity Kane in the comments. Danity Kane's Dawn Richards lawsuit against Diddy is worse than what is even being reported by the media. Dawn Richards has so many crazy allegations against Diddy in this lawsuit. I mean, she's talking about minors, she is talking about freak-off parties, she is talking about trafficking, she is talking about Kim Porter, she is talking about Cassie, she's talking about things that she witnessed with Diddy's assistant. She is talking about so much in this lawsuit, so we're about to go ahead and deep dive it right now. That way you can see all of the allegations she's making in this lawsuit. She starts this lawsuit out talking about her alleged first encounters of Diddy's aggressive behavior towards women during making the band. She talks about how Diddy would verbally abuse women, calling
Sorry. Roddy says Dawn actually had a father in her life, so why is she going through this? Well, she called her dad when she got locked in the Bentley, and what happened was her dad threatened to call the police on Diddy. I think she's about to talk about it now, and Dawn made a decision to stay with Diddy instead of going home with her father. So she made a conscious choice to stay with her abuser.
them ugly and hoes and every name out of the book. And she explained during the first season of Making the Band 3, she saw Kim Porter leave the studio with visible facial injuries, including a lacerated lip while she was crying. And in that moment, she realized that Diddy was capable of committing acts of violence against women. She then went on to talk about the inhumane treatment that Danity Kane went through while producing Making the Band 3. She explained that Danity Kane did not have adequate food or sleep when they were working on Making the Band 3, and they said when they would bring this up to Diddy, he would say things like, "You bitches don't want this, y'all are not hungry enough."
But they still stayed though. They still stayed. Just keep that in mind. They still stayed.
And I'm paying y'all bitches to work. She explained that sometimes Danity Kane's members were forced to work for 36 to 48 hours without breaks, forcing them to choose between eating and sleeping. She explained how Diddy broke up Danity Kane after firing Aubrey O'Day, and this led her to have to work with Diddy on Dirty Money. She explained during the first recording of the Dirty Money album, she saw Cassie frying eggs for Diddy, and Diddy came downstairs mad, saying, "I've been asking you for my shit. I can't stand you. You never do it right." She said that Diddy pushed Cassie against the wall and choked her, and then picked up the scalding hot pan of eggs and threw it at her.
Quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
Fall to the ground in a fetal position. She said that he was cursing and screaming, and then Diddy dragged Cassie up the stairs. Dawn Richard explained in 2009 after the Soul Train Awards that Diddy flew her to his house in New York for an after party. She said there were many well-known celebrities at this after party and a whole bunch of illegal drugs were being openly consumed. She said Diddy flew out dozens of young women and girls, some who appeared to be underage, to the party. He explained that the women arrived wearing little to no clothing and were given drugs and alcohol. Many of them appeared lethargic or passed out while Diddy and his guests performed acts on them. Richard believed that her presence at the party was a test to see whether Diddy could trust her or not. She explains that Diddy said things like, "This is a buffet, enjoy yourselves. This is what we do and this is how we party." She explains that she was shocked and horrified at the sight of Diddy and his guests violating these young women. She said that Diddy would have a lot of these drug-fueled parties and she felt like there was no way she could escape this because during entry to these parties, Diddy would take the phones of all of his guests and lock them up.
He wouldn't have taken your phone if you didn't show up at the party. Do you see how she's trying to make herself sound like she's a victim? Who told your dumb ass to go to the party for them to take your phone? You could have stayed at the hotel room, but you went to the party. Do y'all see this shit?
Explained that bodyguards would actually guard all of these phones and she would have no way to leave these parties unless Diddy knew that she was leaving. She also explained how Diddy would invite law enforcement officers to these parties as a fear tactic and tell them, "Hey, you can't report me to authorities," because they won't care because they're engaging in this activity. Dawn Richard explains how Diddy would have multiple parties at his house in Miami, Florida that would last several days. She said at one party she witnessed Diddy openly stating that he had arranged for busloads of young exotic girls such as mixed Black and Asian, Indonesian, and albino girls. She explained that she witnessed young girls once again at these parties being violated. She explained in another instance she watched Diddy punch Cassie in the bathroom of a party in Los Angeles. She said this happened frequently when Cassie attempted to voice her opinion or stand up to Diddy. He would strike her or wrap his hands around her throat.
Years and years and years of witnessing all of this stuff. Years and years and years of her witnessing all this stuff. But not one time did she go home and say, "I'm never going back." This bitch went back year after year after year, month after month after month. I hope this Dawn chick doesn't get a dime. I appreciate her exposing Diddy for this monster that he is. But guess what? This bitch would have never said a word if Cassie wouldn't have came forward first. She literally said it right here. Watch this.
And I said, sure, you gave me an opportunity. So
listen right here. The only reason why she's doing this lawsuit is because Cassie did the lawsuit already. She would have stayed quiet. She says it in this interview right here.
Bad about him.
No, he said, I'm gonna let you go, but you gotta
let you go, like let you out of your
I'm gonna
contract.
let you out of your contract and not say, like, long as you just don't say negative, like you just go through life and just keep going. And I said, sure, you gave me an opportunity. So I stayed quiet and he let me out of everything. We were coming to rehearsal in New York. We were doing Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Y'all heard that?
You just go through life and just keep going. And I said, sure, you gave me an opportunity. So I stayed quiet and he let me out of everything.
Does that sound like a person that's like, oh my God, he's a monster? No. There's no, oh my God, he's a monster. No. There's a, oh, sure, I'll stay quiet. Sure, I'll ignore everything that I've seen that you did to Cassie until Cassie comes out with her lawsuit. Now Dawn want to come out with a damn lawsuit. And then, sadly, did Diddy ever do anything to Dawn? Yes or no? In all this that we just uncovered, what did Diddy actually do to Dawn? Other than calling her a bitch, other than patting her on her butt, other than telling her she needs a boob job? Did y'all hear anything that Diddy actually did to Dawn? Yes or no? Am I right or am I wrong? Can anybody right now name one thing that Diddy did to Dawn that would make this whole lawsuit justifiable? When you file a lawsuit, the lawsuit is for damages. What are the damages? He didn't do nothing to her. He did something to other people, but he didn't do nothing to her. See? Other than allegedly locking her in the car for a few hours. Oh my God, I'm locked in a car. I'm going to sue for $100 million because you locked me in a car and you patted me on my butt and told me I need a boob job and you cussed at me. What is this lawsuit for? Can anybody explain to me what Diddy actually did to Dawn Richards for her to come out with this goddamn lawsuit talking about what he did to all these other people? Shouldn't the other people have a lawsuit, not her? What is she doing? I'm waiting right now. Can somebody in the chat tell me what Diddy did to her in particular that will warrant this goddamn lawsuit? I'm waiting. Because he didn't do nothing to her. Am I wrong when I say don't believe black women? I'll say it again. Am I wrong when I say don't believe black women? This bitch out here filing a damn lawsuit and she didn't even say what Diddy did to her. Don't believe black women. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to say something of women empowerment or some shit. Call her a victim and or something. What's up, Renee? How is she a victim? Come on, y'all. How is she a victim? Victimize Dawn Richards to make me feel like, oh my God, I am so insensitive. Come on, I'm waiting. Let's go. What is the evidence of this woman being a victim of P. Diddy? What did he do to her? Nothing? Harassing her, terrorizing her, traumatizing her. You can't just do anything to people. He abused his authority. But did he abuse her? So that sounds like Diddy needs to sue his authority because he abused his authority. So his authority can sue Diddy, but Dawn can't because he abused his authority. He didn't abuse Dawn. So his authority can be filing a lawsuit, but Dawn can't. Because harassing somebody that chose to be around you, terrorizing somebody that chose to be around you, you can't file a lawsuit because your ass keep coming around. Like I said 2 times before, and I'm gonna say it a 3rd time. She is on the Love album that came out 6 months ago. She started off in 2005 in Making of the Band, or whatever the hell that show was, Making the Band in 2005, which means she has been around this monster for 20 freaking years. No, she doesn't deserve shit. I appreciate her for coming forward, but at the end of the day, she don't supposed to get no money. She can tell her story, but she ain't gonna get no damn money. Sounds like she was in a toxic work environment and experienced sexual harassment. I'm sure that is a statute of limitations that has been expired, right, 20 years ago. But you can't sue for sexual harassment. You can get somebody fired, you can go to HR, but name somebody that don't sue the damn company for sexual harassment and got some damn money. No. Oh yeah, this is a work situation and not a relationship. So I agree with you. But all I'm saying is, yeah, women just be trying to get some money. Not all women, but don't believe black women. Women love to play victim. Exactly, Renee. Exactly. Right. You have to do an EEO complaint, and you're not going to get a lot of money with an EEO complaint. You're just an employee. What are they going to do? Nothing. So I'm out of here by getting these streets. Hopefully, y'all had fun hanging out with me. Did y'all have fun? Yes or no? Why somebody say no? But if y'all had fun hanging out with me, thank you. I had fun hanging out with y'all. I've been busy with my, of course, Deeper Discussions card game and my mother-daughter card game coming out and everything, and marketing and all this and that. So I've been working on that. And overall, I'm gonna do more live streams because yeah, a lot of the work has been done already. So I can kind of like settle down a little bit more and do more live streams. Enjoy the show. Peace to you. Thank you, Roddy. Miss Tiff, had a good time. Enjoyed it. Tabitha, yes. Sir, you do too. No problem. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Yeah, y'all have a great night. It was fun listening. And thank you, Tabitha, for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Tabitha is in my coaching group. Shout out to Tabitha. Sir, you don't want... Hold on. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what that means, but okay. Shout out to Mercedes. But talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. But before y'all go, if you have not already, Cash App is $AARON 1000. Buy me some coffee or buy me another Fiji water, $10, $15, $200, whatever y'all can. And on top of that, if you have not bought my Deeper Discussions card game, buy it. If you have not pre-ordered my mother-daughter card game, pre-order it. And I will talk to y'all later. I may be back tomorrow. Not exactly sure. Came up with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. Virtually all of us have somewhat the same issues with the opposite sex. But what if I told you the opposite sex isn't the reason why you're having all these problems? It may be the same sex. What am I talking about? And I'm talking to the ladies in particular. Your mother. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. See, we can't expect women to just go out in the world and have these great, amazing relationships with men when she didn't have a great relationship with the person that birthed her. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. It's 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter, because we can't get proper communication being one-sided. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, and then she gets an opportunity to ask certain questions to you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, forgive their father, forgive what happened to them, and most importantly, hear her mother's side of the story that she never divulged to you, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. And I didn't just create this card game for you. I created this card game for all of us. Because when our women are at their best, we all are at our best. All of the resentment, the lack of being heard, but all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing.